Welcome, Mr. Sia. It's our privilege tonight to have Mr. Sia Oct from Singapore HSA, which is the Health Sciences Authority. So, Mr. Sia, I think everyone knows you, but can you maybe tell us what led to your current role at HSA?
Okay, thank you, Shanshan. My name is Sia Oct. I'm currently the Director of Quality Assurance and the Senior Consultant of Audit and Licensing at the Singapore Health Sciences Authority. Over the years, my roles have evolved from inspecting and licensing manufacturers to mentoring and teaching and to driving international harmonization of GMP inspection.
Yeah, that's really impressive. So what do you think is the most meaningful about your current role?
Right. My current role gives me the opportunity to shape regulatory developments in the region and beyond, such as leveling up ASEAN inspectorates to reach PICS standard and training of ASEAN inspectors in collaboration with stakeholders such as the ISPE, the PICS, the Korea Ministry of Food and Drug Safety, and GAVI, which is the Generics and Biostimulants Initiative that is based in Brussels.
Yeah, that sounded quite very broad cooperations with others overseas bodies. So with this current pandemic situation, how do you cope with that?
Yeah, frankly, I miss the social and the face-to-face interactions during this current pandemic. But I must say that the pandemic had not been all gloom and doom. There had been silver linings too. For example, working from home saved me a lot of traveling time. And I use the time saved for doing early morning exercises, attending evening webinars, and for general reading. So you could say that during the pandemic, I actually stayed safe, fit, and updated all at the same time.
Yeah, great. I'm enjoying it too, staying home actually. So I think you're very successful with your career, but can you give us some of your best career advice?
I think this is a tough question. What can be the best career advice today can turn out and become the worst advice tomorrow. So my sound advice, rather than best advice to a new hire or to a fresh graduate, is be prepared for a journey of lifelong learning. Think of yourself more like a computer software which will undergo version changes from time to time. Never think of yourself as a finished product just because you're a graduate. Because if you have that kind of mindset, you will be finished sooner rather than later.
Yeah, so with all this continuous development, so actually we'll need to have some drive. Now, what actually motivates you?
Okay, what motivates me? What motivates me is the constant thought about being able to create something out of nothing. That is to be able to work on a new initiative from scratch, to shape it and to see the initiative bear fruits. Some past projects which have been highly motivating for me include Singapore's accession to PICS as the first Asian member, driving the ASEAN MRA on GMP inspection, and writing papers for publication, often in the ISPE Pharmaceutical Engineering.
Yeah, so let's put work aside. You also mentioned a lot of morning exercises. What is your most interesting hobby?
All of us actually need some hobbies to recharge ourselves. For my hobbies, I play some recreational tennis. I strum the guitar occasionally. You can see the guitar behind me.
Oh yeah.
I prune the plants in my garden. And as paradoxical as it may sound, I also write regulatory articles as a hobby. So going forward, I hope to compile all these articles into a book. And if this really happens, it's going to be my most interesting and engaging hobby yet.
Wow, I hope I can be one of the first readers.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering all these questions, Mr. Sia.
Thank you, Chan Chan, for conducting the interview. It has been my privilege.